Well, we're on our way down to Steve's.
Oh, wow.
Because it's Sunday, and that's what we do on Sundays. We go down there and hang out with the guys and play with trains and so on.
Right.
And so forth. But Steve says he has a donation for Garage Mahal, something for the large-scale railroad.
Oh, my.
So we're really excited about that, because
Wow.
if it's coming from Steve, it's probably really cool.
Yeah.
Well, Steve's gift turned out to be this amazing water column. Steve started on a large-scale railroad some years ago before realizing just how much space it takes to work in the large scales, and so he's got boxes full of bits and pieces left over. Water columns, if you remember, were used around locomotive facilities to fill steam locomotives from a large central tank. This one is absolutely gorgeous and all scratch-built out of brass by Steve. But you know, that's not what we came to talk about today. This was the home of Chief Rolling Thunder Mountain. Anyone who's ever driven I-80 east of Reno to Salt Lake City, and pretty much that's everyone, has driven right past it, and you may have noticed it there and wondered, what in the world is that? Chief Rolling Thunder Mountain built his vision of perfection here back in the late 1960s and early 1970s, and yet it does kind of evoke that era, doesn't it? It was a very interesting time and place. No one lives here now, but there are many people who are working to preserve and to some extent even restore the place. One of Chief Rolling Thunder Mountain's children is spearheading those activities. There's a lot of sculpture around the place. Chief Rolling Thunder Mountain did seem to prefer sculpting the human form. Rolling Thunder's real name was Frank Van Zandt, and there's actually no evidence that he was a Native American. However, he claimed to be a Creek Indian. This led to some measure of controversy, as there were those who said he had no right to claim a heritage as a Native American, and others said, well, he's just a darn hippie building some weird house out in the desert with a bunch of other people forming some sort of commune or something. Many people in the artistic community, however, really loved the place and the man, and said he was a classic example of an outsider artist. And in 1989, he was even named Nevada State's Artist of the Year. One of Rolling Thunder's principal motivations was to build a home out of what he referred to as the trash left behind in the desert by the white man. And while much of the house is built out of concrete, cement, and rocks, the bones of the whole thing are old cars, chunks of metal, bottles, literally the trash left lying around in the desert. The windows are all automotive glass, windshields and rear windows out of the various cars that he found out in the desert. Life was not easy for Rolling Thunder Mountain. It seems that the locals didn't like him very much. In 1989, some people set fire to part of the house, and he became quite despondent and just walked away from the project. Later, he killed himself. But his monument lives on, at least, and the state of Nevada is taking steps to make sure that it will be around for a long time to come. Some people will call this place beautiful, some people call this place hideous, but one thing's for certain, no one calls it boring.
Well, that is amazingly cool.
Oh, no kidding.
The water column that Steve built for us is just beyond belief.
Neat.
But that house that we saw last summer, Chief Rolling Thunder Mountain.
That was just plain, I don't know.
Well, it's weird.
It's weird and interesting and odd.
And it's amazing and scary all at the same
Yeah,
time. It's just, you can't really
you can't
put
your
it
finger
into
on it.
words just exactly what it is.
Right.
But it's very, very cool.
In its own way,
In its own way.
It's peaceful.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
And it's this guy's creation. It's his version of screwing around, and that's that.
Right.
We don't all share the same vision
No,
of
nor
things.
should we.
Or nor should we. Well, anyway, if you haven't been to the web channel, that's toymantelevision.com. Of course, the channel right here on YouTube, which can be accessed with the rocket ship logo down here, unless you're in full screen. While you're there, there's a link to Guy's Hobby Shop, which is kind of fun, and that takes you to the page and to the channel and to some friends of ours who sell stuff. We don't make money on that. That's not what that's about. But there are some interesting links there to some people who are doing some interesting and fun things. If you have not subscribed to the channel, but you have not missed your opportunity. I doubt very much that you will ever miss your opportunity, because every time you watch these videos, a blue button pops in right down here, which it's doing right about now, and you can click on that and you'll then be subscribed to the channel, and that's all very well and good. So if you're not a subscriber, click on the blue button and you will be. We're not sure how you found this movie on the internet. We hope you didn't find it boring. And we will see you here again next Sunday with some more amazingly informative screwing around. We'll see you. Bye-bye.